A few days ago, OpenAI released its latest reasoning model, O3. This is an extraordinarily powerful model. An AI breakthrough so decisive that it sent me into an existential crisis. Today, let's talk about just how strong O3 is, and what we ought to do about it. This time, we're not asking whether AI can replace you. We're asking how you plus AI can achieve an alpha advantage over everyone else. How powerful is O3? Our channel's favorite economist, Tyler Cowen, participated in the private beta and judged that O3 is AGI. A top biologist on X, formerly Twitter, believes O3's intelligence already matches, or approaches, a genius level. When O1 Pro first launched, I was stunned. With that model in hand, I felt I could write any article. Any hard problem suddenly seemed solvable. That all lasted for days, until I realized it still had its limits. But O3 has once again far exceeded my expectations. From our first interaction, its capabilities felt almost too strong. Every line dense with insight. I thought, so this is what conversing with a superintelligence feels like. I even wondered whether the profession of science writer still has any reason to exist. Over the past few days, I've acclimated and calmed down enough to share my thoughts. I truly believe most people, especially in the Chinese language world, severely underestimate O3's significance. As Sam Altman said in an interview, when AGI truly arrives, at first nothing will seem to change. It won't instantly upend the world, but in a few years, the world will be utterly transformed. I understand this is because people won't immediately know how to use it to its full potential. Let's talk about some initial ways to use it. I can say with certainty that people still have value. The scarcest resource remains human ability. But if you don't combine it with AI, you'll be easily crushed. O3 isn't merely a smarter model. It's a completely different class of model. An innate multimodal agent, trained end-to-end to call upon various tools natively. To unlock O3's full power, you don't give it a question to answer. You give it a task to accomplish. For example, a popular challenge is to hand O3 a photo and ask where it was taken. As Daniel Russell explains in The Joy of Search, you piece together clues from the image, write code to analyze details, issue web searches, iterate through reasoning steps, and arrive at the answer. Once I gave it a snapshot of a small park near my home. From the species of tree in the frame, it guessed, San Francisco Bay Area, then compared constituent playground structures across local park images, clue by clue, search by search, until it pinpointed the exact part. Another memorable task. A few years ago I met someone on Weibo, then lost touch. I wanted to know what had become of him. Using Perplexity search only turned up old articles, and then nothing. With O3, the initial results were similarly sparse. But it didn't stop. It scoured every social platform, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on, and eventually found him on X. He now posts in English under a variant of his old username, and his style and thought patterns lined up perfectly. O3 not only produced a real-time report on his activity but also appended a thoughtful summary of what it implied. In short, O3's research abilities outstrip even OpenAI's own deep research team. Deeper insights, at blinding speed. It does still hallucinate occasionally, and tends to make small coding errors. But as one friend quipped, O3's poor programming chops are simply because coding is too low level for it. It deems it beneath itself. Here are a few concrete examples. Exoplanet gravity. When news broke that the James Webb Telescope had found signs of life on a planet 100 light-years away, I knew no details. Not even the planet's name. But I wanted to know its surface gravity and whether a human could survive it. O3 fetched the relevant data, wrote Python code, and computed that the gravity was 1.3 to 1.6 g. It then reasoned that with training, a person could adapt. It went further to calculate that conventional chemical rockets couldn't launch from such gravity. Only nuclear propulsion could. It even noted the planet's atmosphere is all steam and high-pressure hydrogen, making fire. And thus any advanced civilization. Impossible. Before daring to speculate that native marine life might generate electricity, enabling technology. With only a few data points, I became perhaps the best-informed amateur on K2-18b. Intellectual insight. Once I asked O3, in your view, what is Wang Yangming's school of mind really about? Without prompting for modern jargon, it replied, Wang Yangming's philosophy is source code that compiles the universe's operating rules into the human instant execution environment. Its core directives are only two. Discover your innate moral knowledge, and act upon it immediately. When I probed details, it even invoked the Lyapunov function from complexity theory, likening innate moral knowledge to a gradient toward higher systemic coherence. Creative overflow. In another chat about symmetry breaking, a physics concept with broader metaphorical reach, O3 spontaneously composed a poem. I hadn't asked for verse, but it couldn't resist. Then it wrote another one during our follow-up. Book planning. I once floated a rough book idea, and O3 drafted a detailed outline on the spot. I shared it with friends. An editor immediately said, I want to publish this. I don't plan to write that book. But the day when you propose an idea and instantly get a full manuscript might not be far off. That raises the question. When that day comes, what will human writers do? This is where I build my purpose. And where you can claim your scarce human edge in the AI era. After long interaction and reflection, I see three fundamental AI shortcomings. 1. No local context. Large models train on public data and can only access shared information. They don't know your company, your client, or your specific problem context. Data that are essentially infinite and must be strategically provided by you. 2. No monos. They lack a cohesive narrative self and subjective awareness. They won't initiate tasks on their own or challenge the question itself. They work issue by issue. You must always tell the AI what to do. 3. No accountability. When uncertainties abound, who said it becomes crucial. If I hyped O3 but DeepSeek R1 or Gemini 2.5 Pro proved superior, my reputation would suffer. And precisely because my reputation is at stake, my judgments are worth your trust. Understanding these 3 points, your competitive advantage is to make the AI more like you. Everyone can ask generic questions. What you must do is highly customize it, make micro-decisions during the interaction, curate its outputs, and imprint every task with your own aesthetic. To do that, you need to hone the AI. And, more importantly, hone yourself. Techniques to sharpen AI and yourself. A basic technique is follow-up questions. I believe the art of follow-up is vastly underrated. Too many people only copy prompts. Instead, have the AI perform a general task, identify the spark that intrigues you, and ask a targeted follow-up that digs deeper along that thread. After a few rounds, you'll produce results only you could generate. A more advanced move is to let the AI learn about you. ChatGPT lets you add a self-description in settings. I shamelessly tell it, I'm a renowned science writer, so it treats my inputs with the respect they deserve. Even better, ChatGPT now reads all your past conversations and discerns patterns. Then it can summarize who you are, give personalized advice, even tease you playfully. Its summary of me has been more comprehensive than my own self-assessment. I even asked it to write a motto poem for me. It moved me to tears. The more you interact, the better it knows you, and the more its outputs align with your personality. And ChatGPT already does this. Leveraging AI to sharpen your thinking is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Get into the habit of pulling out your phone and chatting whenever something arises. At first, you may struggle to think of questions for the world's smartest entity, but it's a positive feedback loop. The more you ask, the sharper your thinking becomes, and the more questions and ideas you generate. Imagine someone who regularly dialogues with a superintelligence. How fast would they progress? By discussing every issue first with AI, you gain an external rationality. Our minds often get trapped by emotion. A quick AI chat can help you see the bigger picture. Over time, your vision widens, your strategic horizon expands, and your mindset opens. With O3, I found a great way to digest the news is to have O3 project future scenarios. For example, here's O3's 3-way forecast on the Russia-Ukraine war. It offers neither the overly optimistic nor overly pessimistic takes you see on social media. These projections may not be precise, but they make you think, and keep you calm. Some say O3 is humanity's most beautiful creation yet. My experience these days has been exactly like when I first tried GPT-4. I don't want to sleep. When the greatest intelligence ever sits beside you, who wants to close their eyes? I still sometimes can't believe it's real. That humans actually built something this smart. That's it for today's content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
If you feel there is value in this, please like, subscribe to this channel, and leave your thoughts or suggestions in the comments section. Let's grow together and read more good books.